Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Fuego Reacts. And today I just want to talk about a sport that I love, and hopefully a lot of you love it as well. And it's not really a very popular sport, if I may say, because not a lot of people watch it, even though it does have a huge fan base. And I'm talking about F1, Formula One. And some of you may know what I'm talking about, right? As I said, Formula One is a racing sport similar to MotoGP, Dakar, but it's more mainstream, right? It has a much more mainstream following. And because of that, it's become one of the most loved sports by the people who do know it and understand it. I love it myself personally. I feel like it's the best form of racing, in my opinion. And the reason why I want to talk about F1 is because the sport has captured my heart to a point where I have so many opinions on the season, on the drivers, and on everything related to it, basically. So when I watch F1 these days, and I know some of you may feel the same way that I feel as though it's boring now because, I mean, you just have the dominance of Red Bull. That's it. I mean, I know I heard a lot of people say, but it was the same when Mercedes was dominating. Yeah, cool, it was, but that's because Mercedes was one of the best teams in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because Mercedes also had to start from the bottom. Mercedes were not considered good before Lewis Hamilton signed for Mercedes. That's when they were like, okay, yeah, now Mercedes is now one of the top three teams in F1. And the championships that they won, not just with Lewis, but with Nico Rosberg also prove it. And the fact that Michael Schumacher, also a seven-time world champion, joined Mercedes also proves that they had the vision and they had the team behind them for them to achieve what they wanted to achieve, right? So when I look back at Mercedes' dominance, it was more entertaining because it's a small team. It started from nothing and has now become one of the most dominant teams the sport has ever seen. While with teams like Red Bull, they've been there, they've been dominating for a while. When Sebastian Vettel was there and he won his four world championships there, and you had guys like Daniel Ricciardo. They always had a good history on the team, like just like McLaren. Okay, not I wouldn't say a history as good as McLaren or Aston Martin or Williams, because these teams have been around for years and years, almost 50 to 100 years, if I'm not mistaken, and so I looked at it as it was a joy to watch. And that's not just because Lewis Hamilton is my favorite F1 driver of all time. And I'm going to say that honestly, Lewis is my favorite F1 driver. He always will be. Shout out to Lewis. He's the GOAT in my opinion. And while we're also on Lewis, let's just talk about his dominance also. Because before Lewis, the greatest of all time was Michael Schumacher, right? I'm not going to take anything away from Michael. Michael is also one of the greatest drivers ever. He's up there with Ayrton Senna as well. So when Lewis was dominating, it was amazing to watch. And I fell in love with his racing, his character, the man that he was, the man that he is. I realized that he's more than just this arrogant, pretty boy that people see him as. He is more intelligent, he is more politically inclined, and he does it because, he actually really loves it. He's not doing it because his dad used to do it. He's not doing it because this and that. No, he did it from a young age because he loved F1. And even though he came from a family from a rather, I won't say poor, I'd say struggling background, where his father had to work, I think, two jobs, and his mother also had to work also two jobs, if I'm not mistaken, for them to even pay for his fees and for the tournaments and his license as well for F1 and karting. Because you start from karting, then you go into all the different little leagues, and then you go from F4 to F2, and then if you do good enough in F2, that's when they promote you to F1. So I saw the rise of a young kid who came from basically an average family, your normal family, and he took that and he worked hard and he put his life towards it and working hard so he could achieve his dreams. He chased his dreams and he made his dreams a reality. That's why I fuck with Lewis Hamilton. I look to him as someone who inspires me, not just someone who I like because he's the best or he is one of the best, because he is, in my opinion, the best of all time, but also his story and the fact that he races because it means something to him. I mean, sure, the other races as well, they also have their stories, but I'm not really inclined to them because I can't really relate to their stories, if you get what I'm saying. But with him, you can sort of relate to his story and you can learn also from him as he has achieved all that he has achieved through hard work and dedication. But his dominance was, I enjoyed watching, right? I enjoyed watching it. And he basically made me fall in love with the sport. Now we see Max Verstappen, him also now starting to dominate. And I'm happy that a young champion who has worked and has paid his dues in the league is now winning and is dominating. But at the same time, you can't help but just look at it and be like, why does he have to win? Why does Max have to win? I'm not even gonna lie, I have those thoughts because, and I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's because of 2021 Abu Dhabi." Yes, it's because of 2021 Abu Dhabi because they robbed Lewis, bro.
Where can Verstappen try and get past Hamilton? First overtaking zone is normally down into turn 5. Is Verstappen far enough back? He's going to make the lunge down the inside. Hamilton sees him coming. It's a late lunge by Verstappen, who takes the lead of the race. Verstappen now snatches the championship trophy from Lewis Hamilton, who's trying to fight back.
No DRS for 2 laps, so Lewis Hamilton will not get the rear wing open.
Like, how the hell will you call in a safety car with 5 laps remaining? And you let the safety car drive the cars around, and and the cars follow it for about 3 or 4 laps. And when there's 1 lap left, do you know what he does? What Michael Massey did? Michael Massey told all the drivers that were lapped in between Lewis and Max to go back to their positions. I was like, what? I was sitting there watching that 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 last race, that finale with my family, with my sister and my dad and my mom. And I'm like, wait, what? No, no, no. And you hear Toto Wolf on the radio and he's telling him like that's not fair because it wasn't fair. Why only till the last lap when you know Max has a new set of tires, Lewis doesn't, so Lewis can't compete. And then that overtake happened and my heart just sank and I was heartbroken. Heartbroken doesn't even describe what I felt that day. I was just like, wow, they just robbed Lewis. They robbed the goat. They robbed my goat. They robbed him. I was heartbroken. I was like, damn, man, they could have robbed anybody else and I wouldn't have given a damn. But they had to just do that to Lewis Hamilton when he was going to win his 8th world championship and arguably one of the last few chances that he's ever going to get to do that he ever got to do that. Because now we see after that season, Red Bull is dominating. Mercedes is just picking up their feet as they're second in the Constructors' Championship right now. Lewis is currently sitting 4th in the Drivers' World Championship, if I'm not mistaken, 4th or 5th. And yes, I don't think Mercedes are going to do anything special this season. But I have hope that in the next season or in the coming seasons, they'll be back to where they belong, and Lewis will get his eighth and probably ninth and 10th world championships. I feel like if Lewis can get 10, he can retire. He can retire, and I'll be happy for him. I'll be like, man, you did it. You proved you're the best. You proved you're the greatest of all time. You can retire, my G. You can go to sleep. You can go play with your dog, and you can just enjoy life, bro. Because there's nothing more for you to do. You broke all the records you could possibly break. You set records of your own, and you left a mark on the sport. And you can take a bow and leave with grace and a smile on your face, and having proven to the world that you are the greatest to have ever done it, and the greatest to be in that sport. And do I think that Max will live up to Lewis's hype? Look, if Red Bull keep going with their dominance right now and keep going the way they're going, then yes, I believe that Max will be able to break the records that Lewis has set. But championship wise, I'm not sure because right now he has two and he's about to win his third. He still has four more to go. And four world championships isn't something easy to do because I mean, yeah, they're dominating now, but those teams are gonna find out the secret sauce. They're gonna find the sauce, bro, and they're gonna now use that in their car, and then there you've got real competition, and then now you're having to fight, and then you're finding yourself back where you were before you were dominating. That's just how the sport works. I mean, we look at Mercedes, they were bad, they were the best, they were bad, now they're good and they're getting back on their feet. Same with Aston Martin. They're picking up their feet, their form, and they're becoming better. So it's only a matter of time before the other teams catch up to Red Bull, right? And having said that, you only wonder how long will it take for this team to catch up. I say give them about two more seasons max tops. I give them 2 seasons tops to catch up. If they don't catch up, then I'll know, hey, Red Bull is doing some weird shit, man. For them to stay on top of that long. And especially if Mercedes can't find the source, that's when I'm going to be like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And my predictions for this season, Red Bull is going to win, obviously. Like, there's no other option. There's no other team that you can think of or say has a chance of winning. Because, I mean, just look at the gap that Max has in the Drivers' Championship. Look at the gap they have in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull are going to take the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship. That's it. Second place, I'd say Mercedes. Yes, second place. I am saying that I don't know overall. Constructors, yes, Mercedes, but then in the drivers' championship, I'd say second place Checo, if he can pick up his feet and find form again and not be qualifying last and getting DNFs. If he can actually get back to his good form and being the Checo that we know, then I say he finishes second again. If not, I'd say Lewis to finish second or Fernando Alonso. Yeah, I'd say Fernando Alonso. And third, if not Lewis, then Fernando. Or if not Fernando, then Lewis. Lewis would be third. And constructors third, I'd say Aston Martin. Aston Martin have blown away everybody by what they've been able to achieve. How many podiums have they received this season, if you think about it? So, and constructors also, you wouldn't like last season, if you told me Aston Martin going to be fighting for the Constructors' Championship or fighting for second or third, I would have told you, bro, stop capping. Stop talking shit, bro. You know, but now you see them and you realize that, damn, they worked, they did their research, and they put in the work, and it shows that they've put in the work. So I say we just have to wait and see. But yes, those are my predictions for top three. And yeah, I don't think it's gonna turn out any other way. I think that's how it's gonna be. because like there's no way it can go any other way. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain way it's gonna go that way. Done. Over. Yeah. We can close that book. And yeah. So looking back on this episode, what you can take from it is that I think I speak for majority of the F1 community in saying that we're tired of Red Bull and their dominance. It's getting boring now. We need more competition, bro. Not just Mercedes, but let Ferrari get back into form. You know, Ferrari were one of the best teams ever in F1, and they've fallen and they're no longer where they used to be. They're no longer the champions they used to be. They're no longer the threat they used to be. Let them come back. I just want them to be that team that they once were before. So yeah, we need more competition. You know, Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari, Aston Martin, and McLaren. I would love to see McLaren also back to winning ways and dominating again because we see that now with Lando. Let them continue this and with both drivers as well. So because it's fun having a close championship like 2021, that championship was one of the best. It came down literally to the wire, literally, bro. 1 point separating them. Whoever won that race would be world champion. That was fun. That was like, oh yes, yes, the season, yeah. You know, I'm gonna watch it. But now it's like, oh, I know Red Bull is gonna win. I know Max is gonna win. Fuck that, bro. Honestly, fuck that, bro. We want something that's gonna keep us on the edge of our seats. Like, you know, we want something that's gonna keep us on the edge of our seats. So that's it for me, guys. That's all I have to say. I just want a much more entertaining championship race. That's all I'm asking for. A much more entertaining championship race. So to all the teams, work harder to figure out the formula. Get the sauce, man. It's not the Krabby Patty formula, bro. It's not that difficult, bro. But yeah, signing out from me, guys. And please keep showing the love that you have been showing the support. You know, leave a like, comment, and subscribe with your notification bells on. And please share this with your friends. Tell your friends, share this with their friends, and so on and so on. And just stay tuned for more content and for more things, if I may say. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep grinding, stay on my grind, and yeah, because I'm doing all this for you guys. Doing everything I do is for you guys. So yeah, I really appreciate the support and love. Keep keep showing that love and support and that appreciation. We have a few goals, like we would love to reach 100 subscribers by the end of this month. No, let me be more realistic. I'd say August. By the end of August, I would love to reach 100 subscribers and over 1,000 views. We're close to getting 1,000 views, so let's reach that as soon as possible, and then the 100 subscribers in August, late August. I would love that. Please, guys, I just beg of you. It doesn't even take up 5 seconds of your time to hit the subscribe button. Please, just show some love to the boy. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I hope y'all have a blessed day. Peace.